Hi, Leo. Good morning. This is Mary Ellen coming to you from Moonrise Cottage. Woo-wee, it's a couple days past the full moon. I feel like I'm beginning to snap out of it, if you know what I mean. It's been intense, hasn't it? Let's see. Lots to say. All the information about me is below. Um, I am a Virgo, and Mercury's in retrograde, and it is affecting me. I've been making some word salad on my channel. So, Leo, we're doing a reading for you. If somewhere in the reading I say Libra, please disregard because it's gonna, I don't want to say it's gonna happen, but, anyways, silliness abounds in a way. So the readings have been really deep. Leo, we're going to jump right into it. If you're new to the channel, welcome, and welcome back to all my guides are saying, all the dedicated people that show up. I do not spin out the usual YouTube fare. I am literally here to talk with you about your soul journey. And through some channeled messages, I am an intuitive, clairvoyant, shamanistic type practitioner. Don't think I've earned the right to call myself a shaman yet. Been having some discussions with myself about that. Anyways, a lot of magic happens in this little place where I live, so I do my best to spin it out to you and for you about your own soul journey, the circuit of your life, why you are here, and how it is that your energy serves the collective. So, for some reason this morning, my guides are asking me to put the cards out. Well, okay, here we come, right? Well, Leo. Well, Leo. Well, Leo. My guides are saying, because that. I'm going to jump into it, I promise. All right, they want me to shuffle. So you're on a new pathway. Very clearly, we can see it. And to this month, the Eclipse energy message, my guides are saying it's a very important one because it's going to help you understand the foundation that you're on. We have all really been through something massive has shifted. Look at the astrology if you don't know what's going on. Wow, look at that. Thank you, Spirit. If you don't know what's going, there we go, of course. With the cosmology my guides are talking about. All right, let's see what else we have here. Yeah, my guides are saying this does not pertain to you, but this probably does. So, Leo, we have had, on a spiritual basis, what my guides have been calling an event horizon. They asked me to put this stone prominently on the table. Let's see if I can. The light's been a little funny. The hurricane went through here yesterday, and now it's all overcast. There. So, there you go. They're talking a lot about the void. That's why my mask, one of my spirit masks, is there in the background. Please do not allow that to frighten you if you're new to my channel. I'll tell you a little bit about that. So, this is what this cycle, this eclipse cycle, it really has been an event horizon for humanity because of the type of energy change, because of the way our frequency has been affected, and literally the frequencies coming into the earth, okay? So you go through the event horizon, and then there's something like that. That's what that crow mask is about. So it's about going in to the void, into the universe, the dark places that exist, out of which the light comes through to us. So my guys are yakking on about that, and they're talking about, think about light from the stars. How many billions of miles it has to travel. My guys just said there's no number, actually, and I'm sure there is because there are fabulous math geeks in the world, and props to all of you. But there's no number. It's imponderable. My guide's been talking about that lately. How far the light travels till it gets to the point where we can actually even see it, let alone benefit from it, like we do from our sun. So that's what that mask is about. It's about traveling into the deep, into the mystical realm, in order to come back and speak whatever was learned, whatever was known. So that's the type of journey that we're all going through. And because we are meant to refine our energy, our frequency, and join it together with others in a patterned, sacred, fractal-like pattern, which creates its own frequency, which will help bring forward the change. So it's all about vibration, and as we resonate, so we create, my guides are saying. So this morning I picked your oracle cards. We're going to jump into them. I will spin out the reading for you, and then we're going to pick a rune. All right. So Buffalo, it's perfect for Leo. Actually, when I saw the cards coming out, I thought, ooh, it's very primal. It's truly gorgeous. It's powerful, and it's abundant. It's all the things that we associate with Leo, and Leo, the way you love. It's beautiful. So, Buffalo is about prayer and abundance. Exactly what I was just talking about. So, in the Lakota tradition, it was the white buffalo calf woman who brought the sacred pipe to the people and taught them to pray. The bowl of the pipe was a receptacle that held the tobacco, an herb, a sacred herb that had male and female medicine. The stem of the pipe represented the male seeding life. In the coming together of male and female, the connection was to the great divine energy. Every family in nature was asked to enter into the pipe medicine and share it as a prayer and praise to the heavens. The smoke was considered to be visual prayer and was very sacred and cleansing. Buffalo was the major source of sustenance for the plains native peoples. It gave meat for food, hides for clothing, warm, soft robes for winter. The medicine of buffalo is prayer, gratitude, and praise for that which has been received. Buffalo medicine is also knowing, that abundance is present when all relations are honored and sacred. So, to use buffalo medicine is to smoke the pipe in a sacred manner and to give praise for the richness of life, to be shared with all peoples, with all nations, and all creatures. It also means smoking the pipe for others so that their needs are met, praying for the good of all things in harmony, and accepting the great mystery as a part of that divine harmony. If you have drawn the buffalo in your cards, you may be asked to use your energy in prayer. It may also be called upon as an instrument of someone else's answer to a prayer. This could portend a time of recognizing the sacredness in every walk of life. To honor another's pathway, even if it brings you sadness, is part of the message that buffalo brings. This may be a time of reconnection to the meaning of life and the value of peace. Buffalo medicine is a sign that you achieve nothing without the aid of the Great Spirit, and that you must be humble enough to ask for assistance and then be grateful for what is given. Most assuredly, this time will bring serenity amidst chaos if you pray in earnest for an enlightenment and the power of calmness, and give praise for the gifts that have already been received. So that goes on for quite a while. It is the message I was getting when I was shuffling the cards and meditating and asking my guides, what's the message for Leo. I really was, there was energy coming back more so than words, and it was about, okay, my guys are saying the largesse of the Leo energy and the wonderful lightness of being, the capacity for lightness of being that you have, even though you are a primal power holder. And of course, we always talk about, the lion-hearted Leo, all that stuff. And my guys are saying, all that stuff is true. Leo, you are such a fabulous power holder, and yet you know how to play, and you know how to be light, you know how to love others, and you have a certain type of altruism in your heart. So my guides are recognizing you, and they're talking about the way this altruism is important to you in these days and to humanity. I just got corrected. They're saying it's yes, but it's for humanity, because that's what we're all doing. It's really time for us to step forward now, do our own work, understand the energy that we hold. What is the pattern that we bring to the collective? What is the energy that we have? My guide just said stone. It's like stone soup. Everybody brings their own energy. You work on your own stuff, right? You acknowledge your energy in all the ways that that's possible. And they're talking about readings like this. They're talking about yoga, meditation, sacred singing, doing your own ceremony. There are a million ways to the divine, my guys just said. So whatever resonates for you is the correct way. Always. It's always the way it is. So that's gorgeous. And then we have the hunter. The essence of this idea of the hunter has to do with the time. My guys are talking a little bit about the ancient times. The way we hunted in the forest in order to feed our kin. The way we were very respectful about never taking more than we needed to survive. The hunter is the master tracker who knows which path to follow in order to find success. So if you blend that message together with buffalo, you begin to see the thread that's coming out in this reading. So in these days, rely on your own skills to traverse the thick forests of your life in order to reach your destination. You need to follow the tracks left by the Great Spirit to claim your bounty, which is already prepared and being offered to you quite seriously if buffalo is here, that's true. So in these times, do not follow the maps drawn by others, as they will not lead you true. Instead, become the map maker in your own life. Find your own internal compass and use all your senses, including your common sense. I love that. That's beautiful. So there's a message coming out, I hope, obviously, about your power and the way your power is used for benevolent leadership. One of the lessons that we need to learn on this planet quite clearly is how to use power to create a structure that is of love energy. It's the one thing we haven't done yet. Well, not the one thing, probably more, but if you get my inference. So, Leo, because of who you are, you have a great gift to give to the collective when it comes to your energy and the types of, okay, my guides are saying, well, just say it's like the types of lumber and the kind of bricks so that they understand what you're saying. So, yeah, absolutely. When I'm talking about these things, I'm talking about vibration. We are of vibration. We're vibrational beings, all of us. And we each have our own spectral signature within a certain type of frequency. So some of that is described by your astrology set point. There's a long speech that I could give about that, but for today, my guides just want you to see yourself in this way so that you can take up the mental construct, I think, and ponder it for a while. So when you think about buffalo being the source of abundance, I mean, that's what the buffalo was in many ways, even though it had immense power. I've been hiking. I have lucky enough to go hiking in the backcountry of Yellowstone. And when you're 4, 5, 6, whatever miles in, and you come around the corner and there's a buffalo standing in the trail, you know that you are insignificant on this planet. It's just or if it's a grizzly bear, or what the creatures that you encounter. It is magnificent. And so my guides are talking about your energy this way. There's something about, it'll come out, I think, through the reading. So there's something about your magnificence. The magnificence of your power, that's what it is. And the way you have such bounty within you that your energy literally can lift people up, right? And the story about the hunter and the buffalo, we're talking about utilizing the factors of that being to support life. And so that's what my guides are trying to pull out of me. There's something about the factors of your life, the way the energy that is within you that easily can be given and shared with others. I believe you are an energy transmitter. And so when we talk about the hunter not taking too much and following their own path, it's very interesting that these two things come together, isn't it? Buffalo and the hunter. So it's about working with a very fine, my guys are saying the word filament, both sides of you, both sides of the buffalo energy, that which is taken and that which is given. So the message from the Beautiful Journey of Love Oracle is about riding the cosmic wave. So I think, well, let me just read the book a little bit. You can be carried further by the cosmic wave than by your own efforts. And that's what this was talking about, the map. Make your own map. Walk in your own way in response to the energy that's coming through to you. And know that you don't have to work as hard as you might think, my guides are saying. Where you are going cannot be attained by effort. The effort, the discipline, prepares us for the leap. But after the leap, we are no longer sustained by our efforts, but by forces greater than us. We are talking about the forces of love itself, of course, Leo. You are stepping toward the edge, preparing to leap, and let the cosmic wave of love carry you forward. You will be moved through grace into the world that is awaiting you. And so, therefore, this oracle brings you a message. There is a time to work hard, there is a time to allow the fruits of one's labor to manifest. There is a time when one may be carried by forces set in motion by the energy of life itself. So in these days you can let go and move further, reach farther with less effort. Now is the time to give yourself permission to stop paddling and instead just ride the wave. Give in, let go, and be moved. So couple things. I think that, my guides are talking about clearly as a Leo, as a lion, you are a hunter. And yet, because of the love energy that you hold and the vibration that you carry, my guides are just talking about you as a benefactor. All of that sometimes takes effort. Certainly, being a hunter takes effort and skill that has to be developed. And you've developed well enough to be in this buffalo medicine at this point. And so my guides are saying, in these days, as we go forward, focus on your light, your energy. Let me show you this card. It's just gorgeous. Look at that. See that, Leo? Throw your head back. You know a lot about the cosmic energy because you walk with it, you feel it. Just ride the top of the wave and free yourself. Let the energy, that's what it is. Thank you, Spirit. Let the energy that is within you be free. Let it be the wave because you are a very profound individual due to the energy patterns that you carry, and we need you. So the first card out, if you're new, this card is the theme of the reading. So it's perfect. Thank you, Spirit. It's about bounty. And that's what the Oracle cards are talking about. The bounty that you carry, how it is you share it with humanity. So in these moments, through to the end of July, and then of course on for 6 months, my guides have been talking about it's a new foundation that we're on, all of us. So all of us as individuals and all of us as a collective. And my guides are certainly speaking to you about the collective. So stand in your bounty, Nine of Pentacles. Understand that your buffalo energy, understand the sacred hunter that makes its own map, right? We're not going to go forward on the map that has been created by humanity up to this date. Well, you know what? I'm being corrected. I think my guides are referencing structures of imbalanced power and greed, things like that. You guys watch the news, you know what's going on. And it's not just here in the States, it's everywhere. So there's something that's coming to the surface. My guide literally just said, forgive me for this, it's a zit and it's just blowing up and it's getting ready to pop. And we're the ones who are going to pop it. So that's kind of gross. But yeah, they're being somewhat literal today. So, Leo, there you are, gracefully abundant, standing upon the earth, right? A bird just sitting there. I don't know if that's a parrot or whatever. But if you look at some footage from, National Geographic or something like that, you will often see little birds and things riding around on the backs of the lions. It's kind of cool. So stand in your place, Leo. Be your abundant, radiant self because you're in the moment just before the next pentacle drops. And I think my guides are saying that's where we are together. So it's very important for you to just stand in your energy, right? So this is you. And the reason my guides are saying just stand there, just be in your energy, like the oracle said, something's about to shift and change. There's a great transformation coming. And yes, we do have to go into the mystical realm. That's also buffalo medicine. To be with the guides, to be restored. This is a story, Queen of Skill, that's Queen of Wands. You're literally being held by the energy of the Queen of Wands. Within that and within you, that's how you stand. And it is, in this moment, it's about a rebirth. It's about things being restored. It's about the magic of the moment, being able to absorb the energy that comes through from the great void, from the great spirit, as the cards were saying. And you see she has the key and the horses, the power to move forward, to ignite what is meant to come forward. It's a really interesting portrayal of you, Leo, because that's how you stand. So, like everybody else, we are all getting a new foundation. We're all having a great transformation. And you understand what that means, right? We'll get to that. That's the bridge card. Essentially, Leo, we need you because things are changing so profoundly. We really need your energy. And you're being asked to make a sacrifice, which is what the buffalo does. And so it's about, the sacred blending of the relationship between the hunter and the buffalo, and why there was a sacred contract back in the days of hunter-gatherer peoples. They knew there was a bond. And that bond and the boundaries of the bond needed to be respected. So that's the kind of stuff my guides are talking about. I'm going to move the camera a little bit so you can see the cards better. All right, so this row, if you're new, this is your human journey. Look at that. So my guides are saying this is the beautiful Queen of Knowledge, Queen of Pentacles. So you see, we've got Nine of Pentacles, Queen of Skill, or Queen of Wands, and Queen of Pentacles. There's a lot of sacred feminine power on this table. What the Queen of Knowledge does is she's called the Sacred Grandmother. So we're talking about the ancestors. Very interesting the way these came out because of the way the message is coming. We're talking about the sacred ancestors. She sits suspended in the universe, and her purpose is to weave together the strings of destiny for her sacred lineage. So we are talking about, and she is looking outward from the reading. It's very interesting. There is something that happened in the past, something about your lineage from which you come. Very sacred peoples, I think, for many of you. And she is taking the energy that came through from the past, if you will, and she's weaving together the strings of your destiny because the winds of change are blowing. That's the spinner of growth in this deck. It's a major arcana card. It's about being able to stand firm in your place, take up the energy that swirls around you. Sunlight, wind, rain, taking up nutrients from the soil and utilizing them to create seeds. And when the great winds blow, your seeds will blow forward into the land, and they will be of you. So those are the kind of things my guides are talking about. Very sacred. And it's why we see a new life coming forward. Shift and change. because this is meant to happen. The seeds that you spin from your energy pattern are going to blow in the wind and do their purpose to create more of that sacred energy pattern in all the places that you travel to, simply because you hold it. You affect the world when you walk through your life. So the judgment of skill, Four of Wands, baby. My guides are saying, Leo, there you are. Again, feminine energy, dressed in your passion, of course. Look at this beautiful card. Here in the United States, it's summer. So there you are. That's what you're thinking about. Very deep pondering about many sacred matters, my guides are saying. So there we see your fire energy, your love, your light. Time to ponder your light and the battles that we are engaged in, the battles that you've been engaged in. Take some time to assess, to understand, to process. But this depiction, my guides are saying, this is where you live. And it's perfect that we see this young woman here, flowers in her hair, abundant, calm, deep in thought, deep in connection with the universe. She's got blue shoes on. She has been transformed, and yet she still wears and utilizes her passion. She has love energy in her grasp. I'm getting all choked up, Leo. And there's a pond there. She can refill her cup whenever she needs to. So it's very interesting the way this deck spins out this notion of the Four of Wands. What my guides have been saying is we are creating a sacred tent. And I think they're saying that because of what we see in the typical Four of Wands card. A new tent for humanity, shared by all the people. Love energy, union, hearts joined together for reasons of abundance. Because we are going to come into a time we are going to realize the beauty of the pattern, the full pattern of the harmonic resonance of the tapestry. So once that tapestry really weaves itself through each individual contribution, my guides keep saying a great tent will arise and everyone will flow in and we'll just be there. My guides just said, and when that happens, we'll be looking back on, now why were we doing that? What does anybody remember what was that all about? So, it's a really kind of a fun, lighthearted story about serious matters. So in these days, given that you are both the hunter and the buffalo, riding the cosmic wave of love that is coming forward, it brings to you an opportunity to make a sacrifice that actually is the goddess of sacrifice, and she is bestowing the amulet on the sacred initiate who steps forward. Do you see the fire energy, Leo? Steps forward willingly and accepts the mantle and jumps blindfolded into the void of the initiate in order to complete a complete sea change in their own lives, because they are dedicating themselves to the sacred energy. And they have a lot to learn, but success is assured. So one of the things I love about this is that the initiate holds up one hand and accepts the energy. It's really beautiful. And I love the way there's this red-haired young man. So we're talking about the blending of male and female energy. There's some kind of an initiation happening for you. It's the thing. It's your dedication and your decision to really be dedicated to the change that's coming that causes you to be an initiate and ties together the story of your human adventures. I'm seeing they're giving me visions of lions right on the Serengeti, just walking through their days, walking through the tall grass, just standing in their power. It is literally majestic. And it is from within the power that you hold that you step forward to make the sacrifice to become an initiate. And that, of course, when that happens, so you see, this is your destiny, Leo. You have nothing to fear. When you do that, the power that is released is massive in the way that it serves your soul. Your soul intention comes forward. So this is aligned with the Tower card. Here in Soul Tarot, it is the changer of truth. And that's what my guides have been talking about through the whole message. I'm not feeling incredibly apt this morning, but clearly as the message is spinning out, we're talking about the change in the truth of the human family that is meant to come forward, and your destiny. And it has to do with the ancient ones and the ancestors, my guides are saying. Because it is your intention from past lives, that's what it is, I think, that the sacred grandmother is weaving, because she looks outward. She's looking toward the past. And you jump through into this lifetime in order to have this experience. You came in as a Leo. There's a reason for that. And you know a lot of it just inherently, intrinsically, my guides are saying. So the event horizon has come. We know that in 2020 things are really, there's going to be a lot of this going on in all kinds of ways. So the outcome of that remains to be seen, doesn't it? But if you look at all of what's possible, given the way the energy pattern is flowing, massive shift and change towards justice, towards ecology. My guy just bit my tongue. Okay, that's because two words try to come out. So they're talking about the natural world that you walk in. So I was going to say toward ecological balance, but they actually are saying focus on ecology and balance amongst peoples, balanced power structures. And so it is your energy that is really needed by the collective. So you made this contract to come and be part of this great change. And my guides just keep saying, like really seriously, it's your energy. There's something about your energy and the majesty of it and the way you understand the nature of being a power holder just because you are, that causes you to be able to offer yourself to be the hunter and the hunted and understand the basis of humanity. When this change comes on your soul circuit, because of the days of the eclipse going forward, you literally step in to your destiny, your sacred destiny. This is the star card. So in Soul Tarot, it's the dreamer of growth. And so your soul contract is about changing the truth, right? The changer of truth, the Tower card, and then the dreamer of growth. Intuition, destiny coming forward, sacred dreaming, astral travel, manifestation from the universe. Okay, my guides want me to do this. It's like that. Okay, going out into the deepest places to pick up messages, seeing both sides across the veil, being bonded together now with your spiritual reality. And so my guides are saying, they're jumping up and down saying, finally, she got it. So that's what that's what's being spoken about. And of course, the king of battle, a sacred king who was a benevolent king. He had his hand sliced off in a battle, and it grew back in a very mystical healing process. And there we are. There he sits. It's a birth, life, death, rebirth story in a very archetypical way. So when the full moon came and the eclipse came, his journey began and the healing began. And that's what's happening for you as an individual, Leo, and within the collective, with your sacred leadership. And my guides just won't stop talking about it. It is about sacred leadership because of the power that you have, just like he had. He's a king. So when we talk about the outcome of this reading, we see the beautiful woman of battle. Gosh, it's dark in here today. All the curtains are open and it's still dark in here because it's so cloudy out. So woman of battle, of course. course, that's you. Look at that. Another representation of the sacred feminine Leo energy. That woman is not afraid of anything. She's been through her initiation. She has her amulet on. The winds of change blow through her life. Doesn't she look like a Leo? She has her spear in her hand, her power. And she's looking straight into the winds of change. And her hand is open. And she's just standing there, not in an arrogant way like an Aries like me, like I would do, saying, okay, bring it, like that. She's just sort of benevolently standing there. You can almost feel the love flowing off of her. And she's going, okay, I see what's coming. I'm ready. I'm going to receive the gifts that are coming to me. I'm open. And she is often the first one into the gap. Leo, a complete transformation coming. So when your tower moment comes, and I think it is having to do with awakening, because the way we see the cards here is not about something bad that's going to happen. So if you haven't had that kind of experience and suddenly something happens, understand that this is where you're going. This is what it's for. All right. Because you are meant to come fully into the energy of the buffalo, I think. That's what this cosmic wave is about. We're all going through this kind of a change in one way or another in order to perfect our energy and our frequency and prepare to utilize it in form of sacred battle. Battle for humanity. Battle for love energy. A new structure. And that's what all of these astrological prophecies are about. So it's a great adventure for you. That's the Seven of Cups. This person was a sacred poet, a bard. He had his little harp, and it was stolen in a battle. He had to go and get it back. He had to go and sit by the enemy encampment at night with a cloak, hidden, and sing and chant and recite poetry in order to get his instrument to begin to vibrate and to cause it to rise up. And eventually it literally floated through the air and returned to him. And he just put it under his cloak and he walked home in the dark. So quite a fabulous destiny coming forward. And clearly we see destiny turning. That's what humanity is doing. That's what you are participating in, my guides are saying. That's why it's here as one of the outcome cards. So there's a lot of choosing. There's a lot of bounty that can come forward. So, when the Seven of Cups comes, it's not, I don't think it's about confusion. People say that. I think it's about understanding the flow of energy and having the ability to understand which choice is correct or how to meld together all the things that are being offered and utilize the energy vibration in the manner that it is meant to be used. Love abundance, expressed in many different ways. So those are the things that are affecting you. Let's pick from the bag of runes, Leo. Really beautiful. I just love that the message of the theme of the reading is bounty, and if we see it reflected here in all these ways. And in the midst of this bounty, new life coming forward. Queen of Wands, holding her progeny. You see, the seeds are spinning out from the universe, and you are the seed because you are married to the sacred realm because of your destiny. It's so beautiful, Leo. All right, Spirit, please give us a rune for beautiful Leo. Yeah, of course. That is the rune for partnership. And we're talking about sacred partnership. So I'm going to put it right here with the star card. I'll read that to you. And have a wonderful end of July. Just stand in the energy. My guides have been saying this to everybody. Just stand in it. There's nothing you need to do at the moment. We're just still under the light of this eclipse, of this full moon. So enjoy it, absorb it, ponder it. And then in August, the work begins on the next phase of our development. And we need you with us. So this is Gabo. Drawing this rune is an indication that partnership in some form is at hand. In love relationships, in business matters, in partnering of every kind, you are put on notice not to collapse yourself into a partnership union. Because true partnership is achieved only by separate and whole beings who retain their separateness even as they unite. Remember to let the winds of heaven dance between you. That's exactly what this is all about. Thank you, Spirit. Beautiful. So, you may be, if you're single, you may be having a partnership arrive. I think the partnership we're talking about is this, primarily. Um, I'm gonna I'm gonna see if I can get the love readings out this month. I really just wanted to focus on the soul travel. So, in this moment, the intention is to talk about your partnership with the divine. For true partnership is achieved only by separate and whole beings who retain their separateness, even as they unite. Remember to let the winds of heaven dance between you. So I think my guides are referencing the hunter aspect of your being. You do have to make your own map. We've never been in this territory before. It's okay. It is needed for you to follow the energy pattern of your own being in order to bring forward the change. And it's my guides are saying it is divinely ordered. So yes, you're going to come into a deep partnership with the divine, but make sure to stay on your own path. If that makes any sense to you, Leo, my guides are saying you get it, you understand. So there is another aspect to partnership that you're being called to consider. The path of partnership can lead to a great union, a union with the higher self and union with the divine. The ultimate gift of this rune is the realization of the divine in all things. The divine always enters into equal partnerships. So Gable, the rune of partnership, has no reverse position because it signifies the gift of freedom from which flows all other gifts. Wow, very beautiful, Leo. So if you have any words of wisdom for us, please share them in the comments section below the video. I've been asking everybody this month to do that. As you look at the reading, make sure you look at how the energy rises from corner to corner. This is often, my guides call this the spirit tower, right? The spirit column, rather. Here we have the center of the reading. It's about you, your process, right? So clearly something new is coming because we see this on the human walk and we see this. This is how you came through, my guides say. From here to here to here. Really interesting. And a great healing is coming to you because of the buffalo medicine. Because you're willing to be on the great plains of your life and ponder and just stand in your power. Because you see what's coming and you know destiny is turning because of your wisdom. So, Leo, thank you so much, so very much for being who you are and for being willing to, my guides just said, for being willing to be on this great journey. They just keep talking. Now, these are not my traditions, so I don't know a lot about it. And forgive me if I offend anyone, but they keep talking about the native peoples of the American plains. I think we're talking about, because we're talking about buffalo, and the wisdom that those people held, and the way it went, my guides say, the way it went, and the way they struggled to hold on. And now the knowledge and the understanding of the sacredness of those traditions is beginning to be understood, and I think we have just scratched the surface. So those are the kind of notions that are coming through with this reading. Leo, thank you so much for being here. Please click the like button for me. It helps my channel, and I'll look forward to talking about your destiny a little bit more very soon. Have a lovely end of the month, and understand the way you stand in your power now and the purpose of it. It sustains everyone, just like Buffalo did. Thank you, Leo.